alarm.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Massey Business School Academic Excellence Awards for 2015, recognising excellent academic performance from the 2014 academic year. I have to start with some housekeeping, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. If you haven't already, can you put your cell phones on silent, please? You're welcome to use them to take photos, but we don't want you using them for anything else. Emergency exits, which they're in the process of closing, I think, I'm not sure. We have one over here and one over there, and there's also exits at the top. And as I know, at least some of you have already found, the toilets are out through those doors, to the left, down the stairs, and they're both down there. I'd now like to invite Professor Ted Zorn, the Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean of Massey Business School, Deputy Vice Chancellor at Massey University, to welcome you.
Thank you all so much for being here to celebrate our students' achievements tonight. This is always a very special time of the year for us. It's our very best students who have not only shown their abilities, but worked really hard to get where they are. So thanks to all of the friends of the students and the families of the students. I know you're very proud of your friends and family members who are getting prizes or who are on the Dean's List or Dean's Scholars List tonight. We're proud of them too, and we really appreciate you being here to support them. So I'd like to also do a few more acknowledgments. First, the professional staff, the people that you may have met when you came into the door at the table, the other folks who have been guiding us and doing all the preparation for this. Now, it's always dangerous when I read a list of the run sheet and start naming names, because I'm sure I'll forget someone, and I'll hear about it tomorrow. But they don't get enough recognition for all the hard work that they do. So I'm going to name the ones at least that I know, that I've seen or who are here. So Pam, Liz, Zoe, Natalie, Connie, Carnette, Sharon, Rochelle, and Mary. Thank you all very much for all the good work that you've done to make this evening possible. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. They may not be the teachers of the students, but they care very much about the success of the students, and they do a lot of work to make sure that the students have a good experience while they're here. Sometimes they provide more support to the students than we do as academics. And also, I'd also like to thank the academic staff who are here and ones who couldn't make it as well. They work hard with these students to inspire them, to teach them. We are all in this profession as teachers because we care about learning, we care about young people, and sometimes not so young people who are studying. We care about learning. So it's a pleasure and an honor for us to be in these roles. But I would like to personally thank all our academic staff who work so hard to work with these students and all our students to make them the very best they can be. So thanks to all of you. Other members of the community, thank you for coming as well. I'd like to give a very special thank you to the sponsors who are over here to my right. You'll hear about the sponsors later tonight as we give out some of the prizes, but we wouldn't be a prize giving without the prizes that they make possible. Their generosity and their caring about the educational experience that our students have. Many of these sponsors work with us in a variety of ways. There are many ways that we engage with the business community and professions, so that they are here in many cases supporting these particular prizes, not surprises, maybe surprises for some of you, but these prizes, but they also work with us in many other ways to make our educational events and social events for the students possible. So thank you very much for all that you do for us and for these students. So before we get to the prizes and the Dean's List, I just want to say a few things about the Dean's List. When I first came to Massey 3.5 years ago now, one of the people in our external relations team said, it's a very strange event that you have as Dean's List because we don't really have a dean. Because my title is actually Pro Vice Chancellor. So I said, well, nobody knows what Pro Vice Chancellor means, so I'm going to ask the Vice Chancellor, if I can put Dean on my business card, because most people at least understand that term or have heard that term. So I have. So we have a Dean's List, and we have a Dean. So that's good news. But this event, the Dean's List, was launched in 2008, well before I got here. And so this is the 8th year of us having a Dean's List and Massey Business School prize-giving event. The Dean Scholar and Dean's List students represent the highest performing students in the Massey Business School. If you've read the program, you'll see that the Dean's List students require an A- average for the year, for a full academic year's worth of study. And the Dean Scholars require an A or better average for the year. So you will have seen also, if you counted in there, that across our 3 campuses plus distance, we have 11 Dean Scholars and 174 students on the Dean's List. Now, if to you 174 does not sound like an elite group of students, it is. And that's because we have nearly 11,000 students studying at the Massey Business School in one capacity or another. So that represents the Dean's List students represent the top 2% of all of the students who study in the Massey Business School. So it is quite an honor and quite an achievement for them. So my congratulations to all of you. This year, I would say that our prize winners, many of these prize winners are top in their class or top in a particular area of study. So they are very special students as well. And I would say that the prize winners and the Dean's List and Dean Scholar students, in my mind, are even a more elite group this year, because just within the last week we found out we follow, as many universities do, the rankings of schools and subject areas, universities around the world. And Massey Business School was named one of the top 200 business schools in the world in the QS rankings. Now again, if that doesn't sound very elite to you, recognize that there are over 13,000 business schools around the world. So again, that represents the top 2%. And our accounting and finance area is actually in the top 1% because they're in the top 100 in the world in the QS ranking. So in a sense, you're the top 2% of the top 2%. So it is quite an honor. I just want to say a few words directly to the students who are all up at the top about your achievement. Now, I don't know what you feel or what you experienced when you got a phone call or a message that said that you won one of these prizes, but I hope you didn't respond as I heard one young man do, which was sort of, yeah, no, it was nothing really. That was my one attempt at a Kiwi accent. I've been in New Zealand 19 years, but that's about it for me in trying to speak Kiwi. But it is not nothing. It is something special, because it doesn't just take intelligence to score well in a series of papers, and for the Dean's List, it is for the entire year. The Dean Scholar is for the entire year of study. It is a huge accomplishment. As I've just said, top 2%, so 98% of your peers were not able to achieve what you've done. So it is very significant. So I hope you don't just dismiss it. In fact, I hope you'll do 2 things. The first thing is to acknowledge what you've achieved. Pat yourself on the back or look in the mirror, whatever, however you want to acknowledge yourself, but acknowledge that you have achieved something special. And the second thing I'd like to ask you to do is ask yourself, if I can do this, what else can I do? What else am I capable of? Because most of us go to university as a stepping stone to something else. And this is a fantastic achievement, and we're here to acknowledge that fantastic achievement. And I want you to acknowledge it, but I also want you to ask yourself what else you can do, what else you're capable of if you can do this. So I think that if you think about it, think about what many of our other graduates have gone on to do, there's a lot that you can do. I think about some of our alumni who have achieved great things. I think about Chris Pescott, whose company Perceptive is giving one of the awards tonight. He was a Massey Business School graduate who's gone on to start his own company, one of the fastest growing companies of its kind in New Zealand. David Kelly, who started Zeal, which was a little company that grew out of the E-Center, actually Perceptive and Zeal grew out of the E-Center on our campus. Gone on to be very fast growing, very successful small companies. I think of Ross Buckley, who's the CEO of KPMG New Zealand, Massey Business School graduate. I think Paul Brock, CEO of Kiwi Bank, Robin Stalker, who's the Chief Financial Officer for Adidas International. All of those Massey Business School graduates who've gone on to do great things. So you may want to start a business, you may want to run a business, or you may want to do something different with your life. Solve a problem in your community. Maybe it's political office, but you're capable of so much. And if you demonstrate, our slogan for the Massey Business School is advancing enterprise, inspiring leadership. And so you've shown leadership, you've shown your enterprise in the sense of initiative in achieving what you've achieved tonight. So I hope you will reflect on what you've achieved. I hope you will ask yourself what you can do if you can be in the top 2% of the top 2%. Take that achievement as a launching pad for all the excellence that you can muster. So congratulations again to all of you. Look forward to seeing you as you come across and receive your awards tonight. And all the best, and thanks again to all the parents and supporters for being here.
Thank you, Ted. And now we'll begin with the prize giving. We're going to begin with the School of Accountancy prizes. And I'd like to invite Carolyn Ironside to present the first of the School of Accountancy prizes on behalf of ACCA. There are 2 awards being made. The first award is the ACCA prize in accounting for paper 110-109, and the recipient is Roland Hong.
Look again. Thank you.
The second prize is the ACCA prize in accounting for paper 110-209, and the recipient is Madison Horton. Thanks, Carolyn. I would now like to invite Gina Cook from BDO to present the next prize. This prize is the BDO Auckland Award for the top student in advanced financial accounting at the Albany campus, and the recipient is Cam Tu Truong. Thanks, Gina. I would now like to invite Natalie Fadley from the Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand to present the next 10 awards. Very busy. First 3 prizes are for first year accountancy. The Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand first year accountancy prize for Albany campus is Roland Hong. The second second year accountancy prizes. The first two are for Albany internal, and the first recipient is Na Meng. The second recipient for Albany internal is Massey Al-Mullah. And the third recipient for distance is James Cargill. And now we move on to the third year accountancy prizes. And the internal prize goes to Olivia Lucardi. Continuing with the Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand prize, we have the fourth year accountancy prize for Rayan Al-Salai. The Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand prize for paper 110702 financial accounting and reporting is Zhu Yi Chen. Not here, weren't sure. Sorry, not here unfortunately. And the final Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand prize, this time for paper 110703 management accounting and decision making, Dan Chen Wen. Thank you, Natalie. I'd now like to invite Debs Wan from CPA Australia to present the next two awards. And the CPA Australia top first year accountancy prize goes to Zach Dennison. The CPA Australia prize in accounting information systems, Massey Al-Mullah. Thanks, Debs. I'd now like to invite Benny Grayling from Deloitte Auckland to present the next prize. The Deloitte Auckland Professional Accountancy Prize goes to Olivia Lucardi. Thanks, Benny. I would now like to invite Professor Jill Hooks from the School of Accountancy to present the next award. O'Neill. Thank you, Jill. I would now like to invite Professor Fawzi Laswell, Head of School of the School of Accountancy, to present the next two awards. The School of Accountancy Distinguished Prize in Advanced Auditing in paper 110379, Su Ping Shi. Hang on. Sorry, we did one photo. And the Tony Drakeford Memorial Trust Prize for the top accountancy graduate is Stephanie Ward. Thanks, Fawzi. That ends the prizes for the School of Accountancy, and we now move on to prizes for the School of Economics and Finance.